What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I know it's been a little bit longer than usual, and I apologize. I've just had a busier last couple weeks. But I've missed you guys, and we're back today, this time with a video on Cade Cunningham. Before we get into the video itself, as usual, I'd appreciate if you guys could take 1 second of your time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. But anyways, let's get into the subject of this video, and that is Cade Cunningham, or more specifically, Cade Cunningham's playmaking. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a video, and we're just going to focus in on the playmaking, which I feel like is what he does best. That is not to say he cannot be a scorer. Like, I would be shocked if Cade Cunningham doesn't eventually score mid to low 20s, or maybe even more, because he has elite feel for the game, great size, good touch, and that could translate as well. But to me, the elite trait here is his playmaking. The 6 assists per game in both of the last 2 years don't necessarily do it justice. And coming off a year where he missed basically he played 12 games, I think people have forgotten about him. And I think he is what really unlocks a lot of these pieces in Detroit. So I'm excited to get into this, guys, and we will get into plenty of clips. But I had a couple people comment last time that they wanted to see the stats that I was saying. And again, I'm never going to make videos that or form opinions on players just based off of stats. I think they help, and they can help paint a picture and contextualize things. But to me, I'm always going to form my opinions based off of the film and then go to stats to help back things up. But here we go. We have it all in front of us. You can see this is from last year. He graded out pretty similarly this year as well. And you can see basically elite in almost every playmaking category. I think the two that stand out to me are the high value assists per 75 possessions. Obviously high in that. And for those of you that don't know, high value assists are assists that lead to open three-pointers, free throws, and rim looks. And then obviously the playmaking talent as well. That's an overall grade that Basketball Index gives, which factors in passing creation volume, passing efficiency, passing spread, passing creation quality, and scoring gravity. I know it's a lot of numbers. I know a lot of it might not make sense, but we've got to at least show it there. The passing efficiency, he struggled with it in both years. He has the ball in his hands a lot. It does lead to some turnovers. He does take some risky passes. That's something that I believe will get cleaned up with time. But to me, you watch the film of Cade Cunningham, especially last year, even in the 12 games, his playmaking talent is undeniable. His feel for the game is undeniable, and he is so young, and so that fascinates me. Then you pair that with the size that he has, and there's not really a pass he can't make. So I'm really excited. Let's get into the actual video. Let's get into some of these clips and kind of walk through his passing profile, his creation profile, and what we can expect next year. All right, so to start, it's a minor thing, but Cade's ability to throw lobs really pops on his tape, and I think it's usually something that's rooted in high basketball IQ, right? Lobs are a lot of timing, and you have to throw it over the last line of defense or whoever's there, but obviously not too high. And, passes like this one in transition are a little bit easier, but to me, he's made plenty of half-court lobs with tight windows, with tight space, where it takes a really quick decision like that one. Like, that is a really, really tough lob. And to me, it's not a surprise, right, that a guy like Marvin Bagley, who had a lot of success once he came over in that initial trade, yes, some of it is due to injuries, but, he struggled last year. And I think a lot of that has to do with not having a guy like Cade Cunningham on the floor. Like, that is a ridiculous pass. Alright, this next segment is just a high IQ segment where Cade uses his basketball brain to impact the game in positive ways. And let me set the scene for you. The OKC Thunder are in a small ball lineup, which means Aaron Wiggins is guarding Isaiah Stewart. Cade's going to grab the rebound. He recognizes this immediately, and watch him block Aaron Wiggins' most direct path back so he can't get to Stu. Then we're going to pause it. It's hard to tell, but he uses his eyes to hold Giddey long enough out at the three-point line and then hit Stu with a perfect overhead pass. We'll run that back in full speed so you can see it. But that is crazy manipulation for a 21-year-old, and it's just not normal. He manufactures Stu an open look in transition with just his brain. So you can't tell in the initial frame, but Cade knows this whole time that eventually Killian will be open for a layup, but he can't give it away too early. So look again. He uses his eyes to hold Wiggins out at the three-point line with Hami Diallo and then delivers a ridiculous pass through a super tight window to get Killian an open look. We'll run it back full speed. This is crazy. This is really, really elite stuff for a 21-year-old. That is a ridiculous pass. All right, so more of the same. He's going to get downhill on Luka here. Watch the ball fake and head fake to get Reggie up in the air. And then look how the eyes are staring straight out to Killian in the corner. It makes Jalen have to respect it. Drops it off to Isaiah for a good look. This was rookie year Cade. Like it's really, really advanced for someone his age. All right, in this clip, I want you guys to notice how once he gets the ball from Stu, he does not look at him once, but he knows exactly where he is, he knows exactly what he's going to do, and he knows if he even somewhat engages Terrence, he's not going to be able to get back and help that Stu at the rim. Cade stays creating for his guys. All right, guys, just a couple more. Pick and roll in Cleveland. He's going to draw two, ball fake to get them both up, and then right here it's just like, just don't look at Stu. Don't look at Stu. Use your eyes, look anywhere else. Hold Mobley long enough. Once you have the lane, hit Stu. We'll run it back full speed. But there's a ton of this. I can't fit them all in. But there's a ton of just using his eyes to keep defenders held in positions and then hitting the open guy. All right, this one's a little bit different. But right here, he's going to get a screen from Stu. And he could take it. But he realizes if he does, he's going to get drawn out. Stu's going to roll. Vooch is probably still in good position. Instead, he's going to reject the screen, draw Vooch, and then right here, he's just reading Levine. If Levine drops down, he kicks it out top of the key. Levine doesn't in this case. He has the size to get it over both those defenders and hit Stu, and as usual, run it back full speed. He's just a very smart man. Again, some more stuff in transition. This is honestly pretty bad D from Rudy Gay, but we'll pause it right here. Look, not looking at the cutting Trey Lyles, doesn't give it away to Rudy. Because of this, Rudy has no idea that this cut's being made. Drops it off. Easy look for Trey. This one's not so much like manipulation, but just high IQ and processing. We'll pause it here. He already knows right now. He recognizes, hey, Kelly's got him sealed. As soon as I get this ball, look how fast the decision is made. There's no thinking. Perfect pass. That pass is only there for a second. All right, the next aspect of his passing is just his ability to find and spray it out to his three-point shooters, man. And I don't think it's a coincidence that a guy like Saddiq Bey, a guy who the Pistons were really high on for most of his tenure, struggled last year without Cade Cunningham because Cade did such a good job of finding him. Always knows where guys are on the court, right? His awareness, we've seen it in a lot of clips already, but his awareness is super, super high about where his shooters are. So we'll take this play, for example, okay? He's going to get downhill on Dean Wade. Evan Mobley's going to come help. And not once the whole time does he hint at Saddiq Bey, look at Saddiq Bey. But as soon as he gets into the teeth of the defense, the ball's there on a rope. Good look for Saddiq. Another thing I've noticed is that teams just really, really respect Cade drives. And it's not that I think you shouldn't, but he will shred you if you help off shooters. So look here. Is it even necessary for Dre to come help? I don't know, but he does, and Bogey gets a wide open three. Same thing here. He's just reading John Collins in the left corner, and as soon as Collins takes a step, ball's on the ropes to Saddiq Bey. You can't help off. He will shred you if you help off. Here's more proof. This is an early game for Jalen Williams, so I'll give him a pass, but this is really stupid help. But a great on-ball defender in Dort that he's able to fend off. He gets by the swipe of SGA. Jalen comes all the way over. He punishes you. You can't help off shooters. You have to be so disciplined. And here, like, this is not the sexiest play. Probably shouldn't make a habit of this, but how does he know Corey Joseph's open? Like, maybe Corey says something, but again, there's just the elite awareness of where his teammates are at all times. Here's another one where I got to set the scene, right? You see the score, 107-108. 17 seconds left in the game, 6 on the shot clock. Cade, go get us a bucket. 1, the functional strength to get Paolo off of him, draw Wendell, get him up in the air, and create a quality look for Isaiah Stu. Like, who doesn't want to play with a guy like that? He trusts Stu, he makes the pass, Stu rewards him, and you get a wide open shot with the game on the line. Again, here he's just reading Rui on the back line. He helps down on a rope to Saddiq. You get the picture, right? You're starting to get the picture. He also just makes great pass. Like, IQ aside, he just has a great pass-making ability. In transition, one hand. I actually don't think you can physically make a more perfect pass in transition. Does the same thing here with the left-handed bogey. Tight window. Keeps him in stride. Beautiful stuff. Another one where Homie's going to cut baseline. Pascal's asleep a little bit. And it's one thing to recognize it, but you still have to make a great pass to get it through there. And there it is. Bucks are in a little bit of a zone here. Homie makes a great cut in behind. Cade, one-handed bounce pass gets it in a spot where he can catch, go up, and finish. That's a great pass. Right here, he's going to run a pick and roll with Hami, who's going to slip. We'll freeze it. Look how tight that window is. Just not a lot of room there. McCall, super long arms. Cade slips it in there, gets Hami a good look. He's also just really good at getting into the teeth of the defense, drawing two defenders, and making the right dump-off pass. Again, manipulation plays a large factor in it, right? Once he gets into the teeth of the defense, he's never going to stare at the guy he knows he's going to drop it off to. Keeps defenders off balance, keeps them unaware of potential cutters and guys who may be open at the rim. All in all, just a really high-feel player that I enjoy watching. And when you pair his feel with his size, I just think you have a potentially special creator who's just so advanced for his age. And because he got hurt, I feel like everyone's kind of forgotten about him. But the Pistons have a super bright future. They have some talented bigs. Just drafted Asar Thompson. Bogey Bogdanovic is a winner. You got Jaden Ivey to, take some pressure off Cade. Love the Monty hiring. It seems like the culture and the direction of this franchise is going in the right way, and Cade is a huge reason why. I wouldn't be shocked. It's not something I'm going to say is a lock, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Pistons are at least in the play-in mix and take a big jump this year, because you've got the coach, you've got the talent, you've got the lead ball handler, you've got some bigs, some rim protection, some on-ball defense, a couple of vets sprinkled in there. So I think the future is very, very bright. Anyways, guys, I know it was a shorter video, but I appreciate you hanging out with me and spending some time breaking down Cade Cunningham's passing ability. We'll be back in a week or so with a longer player breakdown, but as usual, I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you guys next video.